Ever thought about how even giants like Apple can stumble? It's true, even Apple, the tech titan we know today, has had its share of missteps. Let's rewind to 1980. Apple was just a few years old and eager to make a mark. Enter the Apple III. This was to be Apple's flagship business machine, a step up from the popular Apple II. But ambition often comes with its share of pitfalls. The Apple III was plagued with overheating issues, a consequence of Steve Jobs' insistence on a fanless design. This led to a host of technical failures, turning potential customers away. Then there was the price. The Apple III was no small investment. In today's money, the base model would set you back almost $8,000, a hefty sum for a machine that didn't deliver as promised. So Apple's first major product failure was the ambitious but flawed Apple III. But did you know Apple once ventured into the world of gaming consoles? Yes, it's true. In the mid-90s, Apple took a bold step with the introduction of the Apple Pippin. It was an ambitious project, a gaming console that promised to bring the magic of Apple to the living rooms of millions. However, the Pippin was launched with a steep price point. This was a time when established players like Nintendo and Sega dominated the market with affordable and popular gaming consoles. The Pippin, in contrast, was a newcomer with a hefty price tag, and it struggled to justify its value to consumers. Furthermore, the Pippin found itself in a tough spot, competing against brands that had already captured the hearts of gamers worldwide. Despite its innovative features and Apple's reputation, the Pippin couldn't gain a foothold in the gaming market. The Pippin proved that even Apple couldn't just break into any market. Have you ever heard of a computer without a keyboard? Let's take a step back to the late 80s. Picture this, a computer that's portable but weighs as much as a small dog. This was the reality of the Apple Macintosh Portable, released in 1989. It was a daring move, a bold attempt to redefine what a personal computer could be. But the device was far from perfect. It was bulky, heavy, weighing in at a staggering 16 pounds. In addition to the weight, the price tag was jaw-dropping. At $6,500, it was a luxury few could afford. Despite its innovative design and cutting-edge technology, the Portable was a commercial flop. It just goes to show that while innovation is important, it must be balanced with practicality and affordability. The Macintosh Portable showed that innovation isn't always the key to success. Did you know the iPod had a less successful sibling? That's right, folks. Let's turn back the clock to 2006. Apple, riding on the success of the iPod, introduced the iPod Hi-Fi. It was a high-end speaker system designed to work seamlessly with the iPod. The idea was simple yet ambitious to bring the iPod's music library to life in your living room. However, the iPod Hi-Fi had to compete with cheaper, more portable speakers that were flooding the market. The hefty price tag of the iPod Hi-Fi didn't help its cause. Consumers found it hard to justify the cost when there were alternatives that offered similar capabilities at a fraction of the price. Moreover, the iPod Hi-Fi was rather bulky compared to its siblings, further diminishing its appeal. It wasn't long before Apple discontinued the product, marking it as a rare miss in the iPod family. The iPod Hi-Fi was a rare miss in the iPod family. What if your home was as smart as your phone? Imagine a world where your personal digital assistant isn't confined to your pocket, but is an integral part of your living space. Picture the Apple Newton, a trailblazer in the realm of smart homes, launched in 1993. The Newton was a courageous step into an unexplored territory, a territory we now know as smart homes. It was a personal digital assistant, a precursor to the smart devices that dominate our lives today, but it was not without its flaws. The Newton's handwriting recognition was notoriously poor, often leading to amusing and frustrating errors. It was also a pricey piece of tech, a luxury not everyone could afford. Despite its shortcomings, the Newton was a glimpse into a future where our homes could be as smart as our phones. Unfortunately, it was too ahead of its time. The Newton was an early glimpse into the smart homes of the future, but it was too ahead of its time. Ever imagined a wearable device that flopped? Well, let's take a moment to reflect on the Apple Watch Gold Edition. Launched in 2015, this wearable came with a price tag that made even the most ardent Apple fans balk. With a cost that soared into the tens of thousands of dollars, it was far from accessible to the average consumer. This gold-plated luxury watch was Apple's attempt to penetrate the high-end watch market. However, the tech giant may have missed the mark on understanding what makes a luxury watch valuable. Unlike traditional luxury watches that retain or even appreciate in value over time, the gold edition's value plummeted as newer, more advanced models were released. Furthermore, the device's functionality didn't significantly differ from its more reasonably priced counterparts, making it difficult to justify the exorbitant price. The gold edition proved that even Apple's reputation couldn't justify such a high price tag. So, what can we learn from these product failures? Apple, a name synonymous with innovation and design, has had its fair share of stumbles. It's a reminder that even the mightiest can falter, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's through these missteps that we learn, grow, and ultimately succeed. Take for instance the issue of pricing. Some of these products carried price tags that were simply too high for the average consumer. The premium placed on Apple's innovation and design wasn't always met with open wallets, especially when more affordable alternatives were available. It's a delicate balance, finding the sweet spot between profitability and accessibility. It's a lesson that Apple has learned, and one that it keeps in mind with every new release. Then there's the matter of competition. In the tech world, it's a race to be the best, the first, the most innovative. But being first doesn't always mean being the best. Some of these products were overshadowed by competitors who simply did it better, or did it in a way that resonated more with consumers. It's a reminder that innovation isn't just about being first, but also about understanding the market and delivering what it truly wants. And sometimes these products were simply ahead of their time. They were born into a market that wasn't ready for them, into a world that didn't yet understand their worth. It's a testament to Apple's forward-thinking nature, but also a reminder that timing is everything. You can have the most innovative product, but if the market isn't ready for it, it's unlikely to succeed. But let's not forget, failure isn't the end. It's a stepping stone, a learning opportunity. It's the chance to take stock, to reassess, and to come back stronger. For every product that didn't quite hit the mark, there's an iPhone or an iPad that changed the game. Even a tech giant like Apple isn't immune to failure, but each misstep is a stepping stone towards future success.